Welcome back to Gurukul Online Learning Network, to the Sitar class of Music Department. This is Nishit Dey. Hope you are doing well. So far, we have had practices for our right hand. We have had practices for our left hand. We have also had practices that combine them together. I'm really hoping that the lessons are helping you out, and you should be having the email address here somewhere. Of Gurukul Online Network Music Department. All your queries, you're more than welcome to drop your queries at our email, and we'll do everything we can to help you out. Even though it's highly recommended that you go to a teacher and learn up front, this video is for guidance purposes only. Moving forward, we are going to emphasize more on the right hand, because first and foremost, students, it is very difficult for them to keep track of the right hand movement. Sometimes, even though they start out with the full swing, where you open your hand completely and then you close it again, but slowly and steadily, when you concentrate on your left hand, the right hand starts to act weird. It starts to have a crooked shape. So it is very important that that does not happen. You could also practice in front of a mirror. That sometimes helps. Dancers do it, instrumentalists do it. I would also recommend that, so that you get to see that you look good and the right hand does not lose its flexibility. Now, we are going to have a sequence today, which is also called a palta. So on the last lesson, we had this left hand exercise, which we named the bowl. Da, ra, da, da, ra, da. That was the bowl. Now what we are going to do is we are going to add that bowl with our left hand. So it's a 3x3 exercise, where 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that is the sequence that it had. So we are going to add that sequence with notes this time. So it's going to be sa, re, ga, ma, pa, something like this. Let me remind you, the finger position has to be 1, 2, and then the middle finger, and then coming back, and then 1, 2, and the middle finger. Why? Because it is a rule that every time you play a note that you are going to return to the previous note from, it has to be played by the middle finger. And I would recommend that you go back to the previous lessons and have a reliable spot for the left hand middle finger line. If you haven't, I would not recommend you going to this lesson as of yet. Having that said, let's see how it sounds. So as always, any new lesson, you have to start really slow. Clarity will be of utmost priority. So if we play it really slow, this is what it is going to be sounding like. So sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Notice my right hand. And then we are going to come back, right the opposite way. Sa, ni, da, pa. Notice how I wait for every bar to finish before I change the note. So it is very important that you let your sitar sustain its tune rather than... No, we can't do that. It has to be... You should learn how to take your time before you move on. So this practice should be going on at a very low tempo before you can move on to a higher tempo. It usually takes around 5 to 7 days, provided that you practice every day at the same time. if you have done this much already, so I would recommend you shifting to a higher speed. And having that said, the previous practice, the previous video where I showed only the bowl, if you have been here and if you have been till this lesson, if everything was fine, so I would recommend that you don't need to practice the last lesson anymore. Instead, you could just practice this, and if you upgrade the speed a bit, it's going to sound like something. All with da 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 da. But if you we'll keep on trying that. The more speed we have, we still maintain the right hand bowl, which is da 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 da. But eventually, when you reach a much higher speed, just for left hand practice, I wouldn't say that you have to keep on doing da 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 anymore. You could just switch to da 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 then. That's it for this lesson. Hope these videos are really helping you out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.